Hi guys, and welcome back to Pass and Move. And for today's episode, we've got the Manchester City and Barcelona games back to back, just like in the last episode, and hopefully we'll just have better results, really. Sometimes what happened since the last episode has been the single game against Watford. We managed to win that, just about a 2-1 result, with Mata and Fellaini on the score sheet. So Troy Deeney, of course, opening up early, the scoring, and Pogba missing a penalty for us. So all in all, a bit of a crazy game, but we managed to pick up the 3 points, which is all that matters. So of course, this is the March fixtures, Man City and Barcelona. Hopefully we put ourselves in a good position to do well in both games. Because of course our expectations is to reach the quarterfinal, the board expectations at least, and then in the league we've got a 6-point, not a 6-point gap, that's a 9-point gap to the team above us, but we do have a game in hand, so if we win that, that will be a 6-point gap. Of course we can't get ahead of ourselves, but let's just assume we do. If I win the next game against City, that will close the gap to 3 points. Either way, a crucial game, especially if we want to win the title. Otherwise, we're just stuck fighting it out for the Champions League football, and we've got a 9-point gap on the teams below us for that. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It's just a really quick run through. In terms of what we're going to be doing today, we're going to actually be testing out that tactic that I mentioned before, the 4-2-3-1. I mean, we're just going to go ahead with this because the 4-1-2-1-2 doesn't seem to be doing too well lately. It just kind of makes sense. I don't like to change formations or tactics halfway through the season, but unfortunately we're kind of forced to do so because of the recent results against Watford. Of course, we had poor results against both City and Barcelona. Those are understandable results, but still, against Watford we were 1-0 down, and then at halftime I switched to this formation. We just got so much better. It just made sense to stick with this tactic. So yeah, I think, we should be... Let me just make some alterations. So this is the side that we're going to be going with. There's a couple of injuries that we're dealing with at the moment. And let's just go with pretty much our full strength side as much as possible. So we want Lingard in that shadow striker role. We want Mata out here. Actually, I think Mata's been injured. Can we not? I don't want to see that. How do I get rid of that? Mata's injured, so that means unfortunately Pereira's there. He's his backup. We've also got Sanchez as first choice. Matic is supposed to be the backup to things, so we get Pogba on the pitch as the roaming playmaker, and Fred as the deep line playmaker. Of course, we're asking Pogba to do the dirty work in midfield. Sandro, Bailly, Lindelof and Young. Nacho's injured as well, so that's as much as it's going to be in terms of full strength starting 11. Let's hope that they're good enough to cause some damage. Let's get ahead, get into it. It's the Premier League game first against Manchester City, so arguably the more important one, because even if we lose and we don't meet match expectations for the board in the Champions League, it's just one round, so they shouldn't be too upset, and we can make up for it by winning the league. This one's way more important if we actually want to have any serious chances of winning it, so we do need a win, and quite desperately. So City still sticking with their 4-3-3 formation, near full strength starting 11. They got Kieran Tierney as well coming in for them, so that's quite interesting. And hopefully we managed to do better than the last time we played them, which we lost 3-0. So apparently we're underdogs. Let's go with that underdog team talk. Seems to have worked. And we'll just have key highlights on for this game since we've got 2 games to get through. So no extended highlights. 2D the game and then goals for the replays. I think we're good to go finally. Alright, so away from home, it'll be really good if we manage to do the double against City. We managed to beat them 3-0, or 3-1 rather, when we were at home. But this is as big as they get in terms of the league table. I don't see City dropping 9 points, so we have to force them to drop points. But early suggestions, of course, are that City might actually get things off to a good start, and they did right away. 3 minutes in, and we already conceded. Not the ideal way to start. Poor all round, to be honest. I'm not sure what the players are thinking. This is as poor as it gets. I mean, good play by City. They've worked the width well. Danilo's absolutely free and can't stop the cross coming in, and can't mark our man at the far post, even though there's 2 players there. That is, who's that? That's Lindelof and Young. as poor as it gets in terms of defending, so my players need to wake up. Match not over yet though, plenty of time to try and recover. Problem is, we just can't let City grab the next goal, because that's essentially going to be quite dangerous for us. Andres Pereira trying to get things going, plays the ball forward well to Young. He has to beat his man and deliver the cross. Decent enough one. Lingard at the far post. Anyone to hit the rebound? Unfortunately couldn't capitalise. I should have just switched to the 4-2-3-1 from the start of the season, because it's my preferred tactic anyways. Great, Fred bringing down... Oh, that's Pereira. Bringing down Carrasco. Yep, injured the goal scorer, why not? Because then, yeah, I could have just improved my starting 11. I would have known who I was targeting, what players I need to go for and whatnot, because we were sort of stuck in that midway. Yeah. Alright. He shouldn't be getting the shot away, but more importantly, David De Gea should be saving that. I could see it happening, and I could tell where it was going to go. I was so sure of it. But David De Gea still doesn't save it. I mean, that's at his near post, arguably. Square to Aguero. Okay, let's close him down. It's a loose touch. Has the shot, and David De Gea just doesn't react at all. We need to change something. Otherwise, we're looking at another 3-0, if not more, of a loss. Lindelof picking up an injury. Got Lukaku with a knock. And you have to say we're just falling apart at the moment. So, good to see. Another highlight. Let's make it 3-0. This is a disappointing way to just fall apart. We were doing so well for a large part of this season, almost more than about half of it. And at the last hurdle, we're just going to start mucking about. Alright, De Gea, get us going, please. Lingard and Lukaku. Lingard, would be surprised if he wins that. He does that well, though. Pogba square to Fred, and back to Pogba, our roaming playmaker. What can he do? Poor ball to Sanchez, who wasn't really alive to it either, and City can get going again through Bernardo Silva. Oof. Goes past Fred, back to De Bruyne. And yeah, at the moment, City are just levels above us, as much as I hate to acknowledge that. This time, David De Gea does save it, though. At a certain moment there, it looked like he wouldn't have. Tick off Lukaku for Rashford at half-time as well. And Lingard also picking up a bit of a knock, but not enough for me to actually want to take him off. City absolutely dominating this game. And if I had to pick one game to win out of the City or Barcelona one, or even draw at this rate, it would have been the one against City. Players absolutely rolled over for their rivals. Absolute joke of a performance. I'm so sure Pogba's going to get sent off as well, but I need him on the pitch. He is our main man. What else can I do? Only one substitution left now. I have to be very careful with who I pick. And you really need someone to step it up. Alright. A highlight that starts with us having the ball. Hopefully we're not losing it. Young. Back to Fred. Oh, what are you trying to do, mate? At least Sanchez managed to come across and challenge somewhat, but that pass is just an absolute joke. Edison forward to Otamendi. Carrasco gets it. Nope, Young first. Pereira's there. Lingard back to Fred. And so far we're working it quite well. Let's just hope we don't make any stupid mistakes again like that. So great. Just giving away possession at every opportunity. Yeah, you'd have to say City are defending with quite a chunk of their men back. I think they pretty much get everyone back. Loose ball from City. Sanchez picks it up. What's he going to do? He's going to go all the way, isn't he? Oh, Otamendi, bad pass, and Lingard can make it 2-1. We may have a chance to turn this around. Alright. Don't really think we need to see this in 3D, to be honest, but why not? It might be the only goal we'll get to see. Back pass from Otamendi. Lingard's there to mop it up, and I'll take that all day long. We just need to make sure we grab another, and hopefully another after that. Right, there's only one more substitution left, so let's see what we can do. Fellaini, Matic, hardly game changers. It's going to be Martial, And Lingard's the one who's tired. I'm tempted to... I'm not sure who to take off. So let's do this. Let's do this. And then let's do that. And let's just hope no one gets sent off and Lingard doesn't get injured and lose. We'll have to be, you know, forced to take him off basically. De Bruyne with a corner. I'm going to switch formations in just a sec, but not to the 4-1-2-1-2. I'm going to go more attacking, put 2 strikers forward, and hope we can do something. De Bruyne, back to Fernandinho, square to Silva. He's free, can take the shot on. And he does, but thankfully it's just wide of the post, and we'll take that all day long. But my players again need to press on with the second goal. Alright, David De Gea. Tierney's there to mop up, and Sané on the ball. Starting to think that maybe I should, Martial tracking back well there, Sandro forward to Pogba. Starting to think I should ask David De Gea to play out the back. It just kind of makes a bit of sense. Lingard dropping well, but that's not an advanced playmaker pass at all. Loose and Silva can try getting City their third, so that they're more comfortable. At this point, like I mentioned, I'd take a draw, but I'm still somehow hoping for a win. Bernardo Silva cuts inside but drops it back to Danilo. Square to Silva, who really shouldn't have been free in the first place, but either way. Just need to stop him getting the shot away. We couldn't do that, but that is a poor shot nonetheless, so we'll be alright. Come on, boys. Yeah, we don't really have anyone on this pitch now that can actually win any headers. We just have to make sure we win the second ball, which we don't do there. And Young lets Sané get away from him. Fred's trying to get across. Aguero at the near post. Bernardo. It's just silly football at this moment. And that is as attacking as I can make my team at the moment. I don't even want to see this. It's just completely falling apart. Look at Sandra having a terrible game at 5.9. I mean, what more can I do from a tactical point where my players are just absolutely underperforming? Regardless of the tactic. And that's pretty much the league done for. I'll be so surprised if City still somehow drop that many points by the end of the season. I'd be surprised if we manage to carry on winning all season long. I'm going to stick to this tactic against Barcelona, see if it can yield any results. But at the moment, my players are gone. Absolutely gone. That's the only team talk I can really go for. Told them off at half time. They weren't expected to win. They were expected to put in a better performance than that though, and now we turn our hopes and aims towards the Champions League. Let's see whether we can somehow do anything. Alright, so give me just a moment and we'll be back. Welcome back, guys. So we're still sticking with the 4-2-3-1. A couple of changes because, of course, the poor performance last time around. And at the same time, to deal with some injuries that we picked up. So Lindelof now also joining the injured list, I suppose. Lingard not good enough. Don't want to injure him further, so we're just going to rest him. Lukaku poor performance last time around. Let's see whether Rashford can do anything. And yeah, I'm doing as much as I can to try and drag a good performance out of this team. I mean, you know, changing tactics, altering team talks, playing players and maybe roles that they might love even more. But at the moment, there's just not enough at all. And let's hope that somehow these players can still recover. Remember, all we need is a 1-0 result. Right, it's not the end of the world against Barcelona. But if we play anything like we did against City, we're going to get destroyed. So let's hope otherwise. Alright. Would have loved to have dropped Pereira. Great, straight from a corner. If we concede 3 minutes in again, Alright, David De Gea doing well. Still haven't actually told him to play out the back. Look how many players are free. If you can find our wingers. Rashford, just head down. Not sure why they didn't get back just yet. Be the way. Martial now. What can he do? Cuts inside. He's going to go solo. Can you shoot? Well, nope. Loses out to Alba. Now we're out of position. Rashford. Yes, poor ball. Our 1-0 is all that we asked for. And might actually get it if we could hold on. Of course, the moment Barcelona starts knocking their away goals, we're screwed. But we'll be okay. Kind of a... yeah, just a sloppy pass. Not really much to see in 3D, but why not? Rashford grabbing a goal will always make me happy. Alright, now it's a question of whether our defense is good enough, and since we're playing 3 of our backup players, yeah, probably not. But let's see. Smalling, forward to Martial. Plays it into Pogba. Andreas Pereira there. See, they're actually tracking back well, Barcelona as well. Young manages to win it eventually. Can he take the shot on though? Square to Fellaini, and it's 2-0, okay. I would have liked it if this happened in the last match. Anyways, if Barcelona score, it will go into extra time, so it's not quite over yet. If we can grab a third, that'd be even better, just to extend. We just, you know, because away goals are always worrying, so we just have to keep trying to score, and we can't settle. Really good square ball to Fellaini from Young, because I was not expecting that, and I can see it from a eagle eye kind of view, and I still didn't expect that. I mean, I obviously saw the players in the box, but I just thought Young was going to go for himself. He would have been well within his rights, to be honest. But anyways, Pogba. We've got Barcelona pegged back. They're playing on the counter as far as I can tell. Worked it out well to Young, and he just has to deliver a good ball. We've got 3 players in the box. Martial down to Pereira, and yes, 3-0. We're absolutely destroying Barcelona. And again, just under 15 minutes, we've scored 3 goals. If we could have just done something like this against City, looks like the changes have worked, and you'd have to be an idiot to say the tactics have worked or haven't worked. What a strike, to be honest. Bit of a bad angle, but he still got it in. But at least it looks like we're going to get a result. We just have to keep Barcelona from scoring 2, because obviously if they score 2, they go through on away goals. It won't even matter that we're tied up. Alright, Pereira, what can you do? Square to Pogba. Young's free if you can find him. Fred will though instead. Nope, back to Pogba. Pereira. Messing about the playmakers, but can you find our fullbacks, please? Yep, finally. Pogba does that. And again, it's all about the delivery from our fullbacks. Good ball in. Rashford under it? No. Out to Fred, but the pressure's on again, and Young has an opportunity to make amends, but he goes back, square to Pogba, who works it again well to Young. Ooh, really good ball in. Fellaini. He scores a goal that you normally not expect him to score, and then one where he's got a header, he misses. Messi with the corner. Jones cleared to Fellaini. Now we can try and hit him on the counter if he's smart enough. No, don't want to play him. Alright, eventually it does reach Rashford, and trying to get our men forward, but Barcelona trying to get their men back too. Martial worked well. Just needs to, if he took on PK well, but PK deals with the threat even better. Messi on the ball again. Square to Roberto. Now we have to be careful. Barcelona look like they're trying to come for us. Young almost could have knocked that out, but reaches Lozano. Oh, didn't realize Barcelona bought Lozano. It's a decent investment. Messi on the ball again. Back to Rakitic. Messi, the danger man, of course. Roberto. Young eventually gets in. Now we can try and counter again. Andreas Pereira, what can he do? Forward to Rashford. Doing well here, to be honest. Nice little mazy run, but eventually just heads out. Alright. Okay, so obviously, statistically, we look good. Barcelona haven't had a single shot on target yet. And just a 2 to their name. Martial, going all the way. Can he finish? Found a teammate, would have been better. There's 2 others there, but I don't blame him for trying to get a goal. Commentator says that it should have been a goal, so I'm expecting that to be a clear-cut chance. Anyways, corner to us, free, or almost. Titi reads it well. Pogba's there to mop up though, and Rashford can try and get another ball in. Pogba, Martial, cleared away. Barcelona just about hanging on for their lives. Messi with the delivery though, he can always turn the game on its head, so we have to be careful. Lozano from outside the box, is he going to take a shot? Nope. square to Rakitic. Alright, we seem to be doing okay so far. I haven't really created anything of note. Can we win it from Rakitic and get the... Nope. Instead we allow PK in, who's for some reason the right back, and now he's going to deliver a good ball across the box. Nope. De Gea reads it well. And that should be the end of that Barcelona threat. Almost feels like they're playing a 3-man backline, but I think it's because they're asking... Oh, okay, it's not. I thought it was going to be Busquets there, who's... I would have expected to have been playing as a halfback, but yeah, they're just playing a weird... They're just expecting the centre-backs to do all the defending pretty much like it is in real life. Ter Stegen playing really risky. Sandro wins the header, Pogba's there first as well. And now it's the danger man who's been for us so far. Martial. Pereira just finds Young well. Yep. Good ball in. Come on, we want a fourth. We always want more goals. Ooh, hits the freaking post. And it would be difficult to claim that was a cross and not a shot. But either way, why not start taking things on like that when you're doing this well? I doubt Barcelona are going to roll over though. They're going to come back firing in the second half, if I'm not mistaken. Alba's free and he's been found. Fred comes across to cover for Young, which that shouldn't really be happening. But either way, we've got the ball now. We have to try and get going. What can Pogba do? He's playing as a roaming playmaker, which is one of the key roles in the side. Roaming playmaker and shadow striker, arguably. And that is not a good pass whatsoever. Good idea, just not a good pass. But yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the shadow striker role, it clearly says that they're the main goal scoring threat in the team. We do have an inside forward and a complete forward, so you'd expect goals to come from everywhere, but the shadow striker generally is the free man in the box. Messi almost scoring a bullet of a shot, but thankfully hits the post, and that's probably Barcelona's first shot on target. Do shots on the post count? No, they don't. It's not on target. Alright, Pereira, delivery, come on. Ooh, penalty. I'm going to change it because Pogba missed his last penalty. I want to see who's the best penalty taker. Oh, it is Pogba. Let me just leave it as is then. This time, I really need you to score. Come on, Pogba. Alright, yeah. Not sure what's wrong with him lately, but let's have a quick look at him actually. I want to see. He's only scored one penalty. No, he scored two. Weird. I'm not so sure. He was the best penalty taker on the pitch without a doubt. There was someone else there. But you would have backed Pogba to tuck that away, and now he's one of the underperformers of our starting 11 so far. Anyways, winning, and that's all that matters, and now I have to try and keep it up in the second half. Remember, we weren't even favourites for this match, so a draw, let alone a win, would have been a good result. And my players are obviously crazy happy, but I really do expect Barcelona to get fired up for the second half. They already look to be more expansive just by the looks of their shape. They're still playing in 4-3-3, but it looks like they're just playing wider and further up the field. Thankfully, we've made it looks like we've targeted their fullbacks and really exploited the space that they're leaving behind. Now we can start to look to rest some players. Alright, Sandro, we don't have Shaw on the bench. Fred we can take off for Matic. Fresh legs as a DM would be a good nice substitution to make, so we can hold off on the pressure that I'm still expecting Barcelona to come with. But thankfully they haven't so far. Now we can look to make another couple substitutions. Young, Nacho's not on the bench either. Pogba we can take off for Herrera and ask Herrera to play as a box-to-box midfielder. I think that's what he likes best. And yeah, unfortunately we can't give a rest to our fullbacks as good as they've been today, especially Young. Just, yeah, can't take them off. I'd love to rest them because, you know, they're a bit tired and we don't want to risk more injuries. Messi's probably going to score this free kick if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Long way out. And now suddenly Barcelona are in this game. You have to say it's very disappointing from De Gea. I understand the magic, but I mean, come on, you can see that all the way. It's a beautiful curve, beautiful goal. I'm not so sure what's wrong with David De Gea lately. Looks almost human when he's not normally. Alright, maybe we can bring on Lukaku. Rashford's played well, but he's a bit tired. And I would say we could also bring on Sanchez. But I think Martial's had a better game than Rashford. So let's hope Lukaku can grab us an insurance goal. Because if Barcelona grab a second, it's over for us. Not even extra time. Oh, they will go away through on away goals. So my players do have to be alive to this. I'm just hoping that they've not gone asleep. Okay, we've got them pinned in their own half. Come on, David, don't be an idiot. Lukaku, win the header. Fellaini's there. Oh, loses out. Umtiti's trying to get Dembele away, and now everything Barcelona do is a worry. Come on, you can win that. Suarez. Oh, forward to Messi, and Barcelona are alive now. Semedo. Stop the cross. Come on, for God's sake, Martial. Matic, back to Semedo. It's not over. Messi, he's free. Square to Suarez. This is it. They've won. Oh. Alright. I did not expect that. I'm going to ask my players to tighten up and liven up. Because at the moment, they're letting Barcelona in. Alright, Jones. Martial's there. Come on, prove me right for keeping you on the pitch. I was just going to go on a solo run and shoot stupidly, yeah. Kind of have to just accept your inside forwards are going to do that. You can always ask them to take less shots, but I just feel like that kind of blunts them a bit. And Martial's performance has suddenly dropped. This is a bit weird. He hasn't done anything wrong at all. Something must have happened off camera, I suppose. Jones on the ball for us though. A couple of seconds left to go, but I'm not going to have my hopes up just yet. But at the moment we are going to go through. Lukaku, he's got a bunch of players with him. Andreas Pereira. Just a good ball in for Fellaini or even Lukaku. Yes. Yes. Okay, thank God. I can breathe easy. And that is 4-1 or 5-3 on aggregate. And we're going into the quarterfinals of the Champions League. This is really well worked, but it's all come about from Barcelona actually trying to be more attacking. And us exploiting the spaces, thankfully. Really good cross, of course. Could have picked out either player, maybe even Martial at the far post. Bits square to Lukaku, who should be tapping those away all day. And there we go. Full time. As good as this win is, I'm still disappointed with how we played against City, because that was the more important match for me. But we just have to deal with it and move on. Try to continue winning our games as much as possible, and just hope somehow that City are gonna drop their points. Alright, so that's obviously the fixtures for this month, which is March. So we've got 2 more episodes by the looks of it, April and May. And in terms of what we were showing in April, we've probably the Arsenal game, or maybe even the Liverpool game. That would be quite interesting. The quarterfinal would depend on who we're playing. And of course, you know, it really depends on where we are. And then the last episode should be the game against Tottenham. Hopefully, we're somehow done well. So by the looks of it, we just got Arsenal, Liverpool and Tottenham for our so-called tough games. I just want to have a look at cities and see whether they have a more difficult run in. But you can't rule out these so-called smaller teams. They've just got Arsenal and Liverpool, so they actually have the easier one technically. But you do have to assume who's in the relegation zone. So Crystal Palace should be tough, but they are at home, so you'd expect them to win. Arsenal, City are at home, so again you'd expect them to win. Bournemouth away, maybe Bournemouth want to sneak into the Champions League or Europa League spot, so they might actually give City a game here. Leicester are probably trying to fight relegation battle as well, but again City are at home, so expectations on them. Fulham would be a very difficult one. Wolves, I think they don't have much to play for, so you'd expect City to kind of coast past. Maybe this one away to Huddersfield will be tough, and then home against Liverpool is always tough, as well as Arsenal of course, but City should come away with the results against those 2 teams as well. The onus is on us to perform well. But anyways, that will be all for today's episode. Of course, if you did enjoy it, then please do hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. And if you're not new, then please do hit the notification button, and that'll be all for today. So thank you guys for watching.